So who filed the I-864, the main form, the regular form? Who filed that? First, the petitioner. The petitioner is also the primary sponsor of the person they are petitioning for, the beneficiary. So the petitioner filed I-864. Now, there are cases where the petitioner does not have sufficient income to meet the government required financial responsibility. In such cases, the petitioner might need a joint sponsor or a co-sponsor. Sometimes the petitioner is living with either a spouse or an adult child or a relative, and they live together and they both earn income. So the petitioner may resort to the household member to contribute, to prove to the government that together they can support the person the petitioner is filing for. In that case, there is another form to fill out. The petitioner, the primary sponsor, will still fill out the form I-864, but the household member will fill out a specific form. Or if it's a joint sponsor, the joint sponsor too will have to fill out the form I-864. But on the form I-864, be the primary sponsor or the joint sponsor, they have section that the other party will fill out, or the person filling out will put the information of the other party. If you are the primary sponsor, there is a section where you fill out the part of the joint sponsor. If you are a joint sponsor, there is a section where you fill out some information from the primary sponsor. So both joint sponsor and primary sponsor fill out separate I-864 form. The IA-64P is not a form to fill out. As you can see, it's a table. And what does this table do? First, it shows the household size. You have the household size here. Okay, if you are 4, you know you have to meet this required level of income. The required level for civilian is 125%. If you are in uniform, is 100%, but most people are in civilian, so it's 125%. 125% because it gives you a little cushion, 100% would be too strict, too exact. So if something happens, it will be harder. So that's why the government set the level to 125%. So depending on your household size as a sponsor, plus the person you are sponsoring, if there are more than one, how many there are, you add them to the household size and look at the total number and determine your requirement, the threshold you must meet to satisfy the government about your capability to support the intending immigrant. So there's household size, there's 125%, and there is the income. So those are the three main things that you have to take into account when assessing whether you meet the requirement for financial responsibility. So the household side, your income level, and then 125% is not just 100%, it has to be 125%. So if you don't meet that requirement as a primary sponsor, you may need a joint sponsor, or you may need a household member to contribute. and the household member have to meet some requirement, and the joint sponsor also have to meet some requirement, and they have to be willing to give you the, to add the income document like W-2, 1099, or income tax return that they have filed the 2 previous years or so. So that's about I-864. The I-864 then is not a form that you fill out. It's a table that it's like a resource that you consult to determine if you meet the income level. Okay, let's look at the form IA-64 Easy. The form IA-64 Easy is the simpler version of the form IA-64. The IA-64, the regular one, it has a simpler version that's IA-64 Easy. And you have to meet specific criteria to fill out the form IA-64 Easy instead of the form IA-64. You're not filling out both. You fill out only one. One, you can fill out IA-64 if you are the primary sponsor, but if you meet certain conditions, you are allowed to fill out IA-64 Easy because it's simpler, but you have to meet those conditions. The first condition is you are the only sponsor. The only sponsor. There's no joint sponsor. There's no household member contributing income. You have to be sponsoring only one person, and that person must not be coming with somebody else. You must not be bringing a man with his children or bringing a woman with her children. Or if you're a parent, you bring in your parent, it's not with your brother or anybody. So you have to be, you are the only sponsor, and you are sponsoring only one person, and your income must meet the threshold. Your income must meet the government required level based on your household size. If you have 4 children already and you are married and you are 2, that's 6. If you bring somebody, that person is 7. So you have to look at the IA-64P and determine the 125% level of income and see if you meet that. You meet that and you are bringing only one person and you are the only sponsor, you can fill out form IA-64 Easy. If you have any doubt, you just go ahead and file IA-64, the regular form. Okay, if you have any doubt, fill out that one, because it's not that you are required to file IA-64 Easy. It's only when you meet those criteria of being the sole sponsor, sponsoring only one person, and have sufficient income to meet the required financial responsibility at the level set by the government. You meet those 3 criteria. Instead of filling out the IA-64, you fill out IA-64 Easy, which is simpler. So that's about IA-64 Easy. Well, so far, if you learned something from this video, like it, share it, and subscribe to the channel so as when we have a new video, you'll be notified. Okay? Well, now let's discuss the IA-64A. Who should submit the IA-64A? The IA-64A is a contract between the sponsor and the household member. Okay, you are the primary sponsor. You are petitioning for somebody, but your income level is not enough to meet the financial responsibility level set by the government. So what do? You happen to be living with someone who also has an income, and that person is willing to contribute their income so as in combination you both meet the required level. That's when you have a household member contributing income, and that household member will fill out the form I-864A. You will fill out the form I-864 as a primary sponsor, but the household member will fill out I-864A. Okay? And that form has to be signed by both of you. The household member and the primary sponsor both sign that form. But the primary sponsor still fill out their own form I-864, the regular form. So that's the situation with I-864A. Okay, and I-864A for household member is different from joint sponsor. A household member is different from joint sponsor. So the joint sponsor fill out I-864 regular and mention the name of the primary sponsor on it. Okay, but the household member fill out I-864A to contribute income, and they can combine their income. The joint sponsor will not combine income with the primary sponsor, but the household member, they live together, they are related, they can combine income to support to make it possible for one of their own to join them in the US. That's what I-864A is about. Well, now let's look at the last form, I-864, I-864W. Who should file I-864W? I-864W is an exemption, as you can see here, request for exemption for intending immigrant affidavit of support. So this is an exemption. This is to tell the government, I qualify for such and such reason for you not to require me to meet that financial responsibility through filing I-864. So this is the W stand for waiver. Okay, so that responsibility is being waived. Who qualify for the responsibility to be waived? So you have to tell the government how you qualify. You have to document and claim the exemption. And to do that, you have to meet one of the 4 criteria. First, if you are living in the US for a long time, like 10, 12, 15, 20 years, and out of those years you have been working and filing tax to the IRS for over 10 years, and your yearly income for at least 10 of those years meets the level to qualify as a social security credit. Each year there are 4 social security credits depending on your income. If you have that level of income and you earn all those 4 credits per year for at least 10 years, that make you 40 credits, 40 social security credits. If you have that, you will not have to file the I-864. You will file the waiver. Okay, you're not going to show level of income, household, all this. No, you will be you claim that exemption by documenting that you have the 40 social security credit. That's one category of people who can claim the exemption. The second category of people who can claim the exemption is a child who is over 14 and his parent, who is a US citizen, is bringing him or her here, and upon arrival, according to the immigration policy, he is supposed to become citizen. If a child qualifies for that situation, then there is not going to be any I-864 file, I-864 regular file to meet financial responsibility. There will be a waiver. So you have to file, you have to fill out the waiver to document the reason and claim the exemption. So that's two category. Third category, you are a self-petitioning widower. If you are a self-petitioning widower, you qualify to file I-864W to claim the exemption, document and claim the exemption. If you are a self-petitioning battered child or spouse, you qualify to document and claim the exemption. So you fill out Form I-864W. Those are the four types of category of people who can file, document, and claim the exemption by filling out Form I-864W. So all in all, we have looked at I-864, the main form, I-864 for household member, I-864, the simpler form of I-864, the I-864P, which is a table where you check your whether you meet the threshold, and then the I-864W, which is a waiver, which is to document and claim the exemption that your petitioner does not have to demonstrate to the government that they have financial resources to support you, so as you won't become a public child. You've been working, paying taxes for over 10 years, and you have 4 credit, social security credit per year for 10 years. That's 40 social security credit that qualify you to be exempted. And as a result, your primary sponsor will not have to demonstrate financial responsibility to the government. So so we have looked at all 4 forms. This is a form, this is a form, this is a form, this is a form, but this is a table, but they are all, so there are 5 different types of I-864, the main one and the other 4. Well, so far, if you have learned something from this video, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. So like the video, share it, and subscribe to the channel, so as whenever I have a content out there, you will be notified. Thank you. So we have traduction anglais certifié, so certified English translation. People filing for asylum, immigration, business, university, and they need translation. We are here for them. We write letter in English for people who have difficulties, newcomers who have difficulty writing letter in English when they need to. We teach English, that's cours d'anglais in French. Okay, so this is our website, immigspot.com, and this is my email, immigspot@gmail.com. And if you test us before calling, we'll know what you, because there are a lot of telemarketers always calling, so we prefer that you test before calling, and this is the number to contact us. Well, so far, if you have learned something from this video, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. So like the video, share it, and subscribe to the channel, so as whenever I have a content out there, you will be notified. Thank you.